Hi, and welcome to Think About It. My message today is titled, What is Marriage? One definition in the dictionary is that marriage is the legal or religious ceremony that formalizes the decision of two people to live as a married couple, including the accompanying social festivities. Sociological definition of marriage is that marriage is a group's approved mating arrangement, usually marked by a ritual. People have made jokes about marriage. One guy said that marriage is a fancy word for adopting an overgrown male child who cannot be handled by his parents anymore. Someone else said that marriage is like a workshop where the husband works and the wife shops. Someone else said that marriage for most men is really a very expensive way to get your cooking done for free. The true answer to what is marriage can be found, though, in the Bible. Why the Bible? Well, because God invented marriage and decided it was good. In fact, did you know that God officiated at the first wedding ceremony when he brought Eve to Adam? In Genesis 2, it states, "But for Adam no suitable helper was found. So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep, and while he was sleeping, he took one of the man's ribs and closed up the place with flesh. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib, and he had taken out of the man, and he, God, brought her to the man." So since God is the originator or creator of marriage, it cannot be redefined by our culture. Let me repeat that. Since God is the originator and creator of marriage, it cannot be redefined by our culture. Marriage is between a man and a woman, and it is intended to be for life. Not only did God affirm marriage in the Old Testament, but Jesus did so in the New Testament. In Matthew 19, Jesus said, "At the beginning the Creator made them male and female and said, 'For this reason a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh.' So they are no longer two, but one. Therefore what God has joined together, let no man separate." What God has joined together, let no man separate. So what exactly is marriage? What is biblical marriage? Marriage is a covenant and not a superficial agreement. It's entered into before God and others. When a couple enters into the covenant of marriage, they become one flesh. In Ephesians 5 we read, "For this reason a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh." Now, in ancient times, the covenants were entered into, and they were often sealed with blood. Today, we don't use blood. Couples seal their marriage covenant by making vows to each other. Now, what is a vow? A vow is a declaration of the couple's intention to keep the covenant they're about to enter into. When anyone makes a vow, God expects them to keep it. Ecclesiastes 5 tells us, when you make a vow to God, do not delay to fulfill it. He has no pleasure in fools. Fulfill your vow. It is better not to make a vow than to make one and not fulfill it. If a couple truly wants to fulfill their marriage vows, they must do two things. Number one, they must love one another. And number two, they must understand God's definition of love. You see, love's not just a physical attraction, romantic dinners, passionate sex. Physical attractions, romantic dinners, passionate sex, they're all good things. But if these are the only reasons for getting married, then in time the marriage may result in a divorce. You see, in the years to come, the physical appearance of that macho man is going to change when his muscle chest drops down to his gut, right? In time, that woman's hourglass figure is going to change when there's a shift in her sand. God's definition of love is a commitment to die to self and to sacrificially serve your partner. 1 Corinthians tells us, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it's not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. God's definition of love is a commitment to die to self and to sacrificially serve your partner. Let me ask you, are you willing to make that commitment? Think about it.